The opinions in the following podcast are the expressions and ideas of each individual host and not a reflection of 210 culture as a whole. So please take it all with a grain of salt and enjoy the show. This
¿Qué más le gusta de este parade?
No me shut up, man. No me.
It's a reflection of San Antonio, you know, and its music too.
And the pride of the great Lone Star State, our NBA champions, they are
210 Culture Podcast.
Hey, I did. You like turkey?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 12 of the 210 Culture Podcast. Like always, I'm G.
And I'm Dom.
And Donna.
And this is episode 12. So, of course, this being the last podcast before Thanksgiving, this is the Giving Thanks edition, which, you know, right after this, we're all going to go ahead and eat and have.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, churches, rat, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, raw.
So, we're back. Dom is back with us this week.
Yeah.
Yay!
Back.
He's
Great to be
back.
back here.
How was the Caribbean?
It was strange. A lot of pygmy people, a lot of people trying to buy illegal things, but I was like, no, I'm a good United States citizen. But I got some alcohol, so it's all good.
Well, that's good. And thank you for Nick for filling in at the last minute there last week.
Yay!
Yeah, I heard he was as exciting as a wet sock.
So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just jump into what we always do start off with first. What did we do this weekend?
What did we do this weekend?
Oh, I guess we're going towards me since I was off.
Yeah.
So, you know, exploring the weird adventure of Mexico, you know, going into the you know, being with the inhabitants and everything. They all looked at me. There, I was like, they knew I wasn't from there, but yet I looked like one of them. They accepted me, and I learned how to survive on the land.
Oh, Lord.
Just for the day, and then I was like, this ain't for me. I'm going back to the United States.
Bye.
But got a lot of alcohol, a lot of pretty women that don't shave eyebrows, you know,
Oh.
big old unibrows.
Wow.
But, you know, it's
Those
like,
are the best.
but saw a lot of nice churches, cathedrals, all that.
Oh, nice. And Saturday, we went to Smoke Shack.
Oh, yes.
Froze out there. We tried going to the Grilled Cheese Festival, but it was sold out, so we missed. So we didn't get to go to that.
I love grilled cheese.
We were gonna go to
I like
too.
cheese in general.
and then we were gonna go to the Queso Meltdown.
Oh my god.
But it was kind of cold, so we said never mind because there was like no.
I was
shade.
freezing my balls off.
So
I was freezing my balls off. I didn't want
you
to.
don't have balls on.
And you know how cold it has to be for me, as much as I love cheese, to pass up a cheese festival because it's cold.
That's very unlike you. You
Yes.
just wear a bigger jacket.
Yes. So then we tried in the evening to go to the Illuminatia thing, and we couldn't find parking.
That was a disaster.
That was
Dang,
terrible. So
that's crazy.
what did we do?
We
after?
ended up eating at Olive Garden.
Oh yeah.
Oh yay, breadsticks.
$10.99 endless pasta with breadsticks
Yum.
and soup, minestrone soup.
Hey,
Ooh,
that soup though is on point.
Yeah, we were sitting there next to a wannabe ex drug dealer pimp or something. He had like his two phones and his Gucci belt, and he was all mad. 'cause the girl
flip
was-
flops.
I got 2 phones.
Yeah, he thought he was Kevin Gates with his big ass '80s Dookie chain and shit. But I mean, it was a pretty good day. And then Sunday I got off a little bit early, and
Good for you.
what did we
Not
do?
too many of those days, but good for you.
What did we do? We just went grocery shopping. No.
Sounds so old.
I know, right?
Well, you know, the reason why we didn't do anything was Donna was busy putting out content for us. So she was editing.
No, she's such an angel. Look
She was
at her.
editing the
Always.
Ray's Diner or Drive-In.
Always working.
The Ray's Drive-In.
Always. I'm
video.
grinding 24/7, baby, even when I'm not at work.
So
Ah,
she was
getting
busy
that
editing.
money.
She was busy editing that video. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's out now. So right after this podcast, you need to go check that shit out.
Some very delicious content in
course.
that.
Yes, and remember we drop new videos every Wednesday. We have a special team building exercise video dropping next week.
Wink, wink.
Let's just say it involves a lot of fish
And love
And
you long
shrimp.
time.
and candy, but it was pretty fun. So that video will be coming out hopefully by Wednesday because I need to jump on that and start doing that. But I've been slacking by not doing it today.
Aw, bitch.
But I have time there. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the topics here. So like always, our first topic of the week.
UTSA.
Bird up.
Yes. So UTSA played against the FIU Golden Panthers this past Saturday, November the 10th, and they lost.
Boo, you suck.
45-7.
Whoa, they're dead. Leave them alone. Stop
UTSA
it.
scored just one touchdown in the last quarter.
Throw in the towel.
I don't even know what to say about this anymore. But they are set to play the Thundering Herd this coming Saturday, the 17th at 1:30. So how do you think the rest of the season is going to go?
Well, I mean, honestly, my opinion is that a lot of rebuilding needs to be done right now. Since we got a new coaching staff, it's just now we're just building on what we have now in order to be better next season. And that's all we got to do the rest of this season, get ready for next season because, well,
there's no point.
Doesn't look like there's a bowl in the future.
No.
Like my favorite meme was Oklahoma played UTSA in basketball and we beat them in basketball.
Ha.
So there was the meme where it's the athletic director and he's like transfer all the money from UTSA football to UTSA basketball.
Yeah.
So that made me laugh.
It's true.
About the game, I didn't watch it because I didn't bother to watch the massacre. But I did hear supposedly they put the third string quarterback in, and he's the reason why we had a touchdown to begin with.
What?
Well, I think we have some serious.
He threw, I think, a 45-yard touchdown pass.
Wow.
So
Looking
that's
good.
kind of where everybody was like, was. I was reading the comments, and everybody's like, well, he's been looking good since spring ball. I don't know why he's never gotten the chance. So
somebody's telling me favoritism.
So we're hoping that, Frank Wilson maybe will pull the gun and let him start next game since there's nothing else to play for. And, maybe get a couple of wins. I think he's only a sophomore also. I got to look up the stats on him. If he plays next week, we'll look it up. But, yeah, he's supposedly a sophomore. So, if we can get him to get some magic going at the end of the season, I won't feel too bad going into next season. Just like the year before that we missed a bowl game and then we almost made it last year.
I know.
But there was a spark
right
at the
there.
end. So.
We're still, even though we're a new team, we're still right there. We're always at the line. We just need to cross it, and we're gonna get there soon.
So I would say, I still believe since the beginning of the season that Frank Wilson's one of those that needs to go, and I still believe that now going into the season, he's like I said, he's had this whole year to prove. This is the year that he proved himself in recruiting. And he's getting these good recruits, but if he can't do anything with the recruits, I mean, look at Croker. Croker was picking out the bottom of the barrel, the guy who said that one school that has like 5 people that play on the football team. Right. And he's turning them into superstars. And this guy's getting the superstars, but he's not doing anything with it. It's one of those, like the coaches always say, I'll take a guy with heart and willing to learn over the guy with talent. And this is a perfect example of that. So I really just feel like this is a painful year because it's like the worst record we've had since the history. 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Live and learn.
It gets better. We're not gonna win every year. So, and the good thing is we're not like top 25, so it's not a big deal that we have a losing season.
Yeah.
It's growing pains, but we don't want to lose. But
I mean,
never.
You always tumble before you can walk and run. So we'll get there.
The last thing I want is to keep saying, we lost again.
Yeah.
We lost
I don't-
again.
Yeah. No, that's my team. It's my school.
Now on to some UTSA drama.
Yes. So UTSA actually made headlines this week. There is a controversial video going around of a teacher who had to call campus security to escort a girl out of the classroom because she had her feet up on a chair in front of her. This is what we know. According to the classmate that posted the video, the professor has stopped the lecture before and called the class uncivil before becoming upset that the woman had her feet up during class. The student did say that the gesture the teacher made was not discriminatory or biased and has decided to not file a formal complaint. So what are your thoughts about this controversy? Really?
That's my thoughts on that.
The hell does that mean?
Yeah, please elaborate, sir.
It's exactly what it sounds. It makes no damn sense and it's stupid. I mean, I understand. The part that I think is funny about all of this actually is that the student doesn't give two shits about what happened. They're just like, I got escorted, whatever. It's the people who were recording before. It's the people that, because the student was black, it automatically becomes it was a race thing because the professor was white. And it was over something stupid with a chair. But what I was reading in another article was that I don't know if that was the class where the midterm was going to be taken, but the week before one of the midterms for that semester, they went ahead and weren't paying attention, so the professor cut it short because she said, if you're going to be on your phones and not paying attention when I'm trying to help you pass your midterms, then what are we doing here? So then they turned around and she canceled class and went home. So she's been having issues with this class before. So we don't know if this is just like one of those last things and that student's just been one of the causes for the disruption. But like I said, the fact that the student themselves are just like, it's not anything racist, it was just me getting yelled at or whatever. That I think is stupid because everyone else is making a big old thing. I heard there was a petition to try to get the professor fired. Supposedly already had like 3,000 signatures. And it's like, for what? For telling you something? But I don't know if she told the student or not, but it wasn't like the professor grabbed the student out of the chair, said get the hell off the chair, and started beating up the student, like called the PD.
Yeah, but yeah, she got security to do it. That's
exactly,
fine.
and that's my.
I mean,
thing.
that's a more responsible way to do it, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not siding with anybody here because it's like the teacher did right by putting it in, telling security about it, and telling them to deal with it because that's their job. And so so now and the student, well, I mean, she should be a little bit more respectful. I mean, because she is paying for it, maybe not directly, but she is paying for it, and for her to know that, I mean, it's just she's wasting her money. I mean, she's not going to get to learn whatever she needs to learn for her degree to get a good job. I mean, that's all up to her. I mean, we were all there. I mean, if it was just because her feet were on the chair, I mean, come on. Like, we've all put our feet up in class.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. But at the same time, you got to concentrate on what you're trying to get into and get out of there. I mean, that's all we're there to do.
Yeah.
If we're there to party, then there's no degree to party. You're just there to waste money and just be there.
Exactly, and that's where I just feel like, I like I said, I don't side either, but it's kind of one of those. It's like they both had that kind of mutual respect type thing about it, where like the student
everybody around is blowing out proportion.
Exactly,
yeah, exactly,
and it's like the student the student's like, yeah, she told me, I fucked up, I pushed the boundaries, I got the consequence. Like that's the end of it.
Same thing with high school and all that.
And same with the professor. Like, I've set the rules, you're not listening to me, so I have to go somewhere else to get you to listen to me. And if that's what it's going to take for PD, I wonder how many people in that class would have actually paid attention after all of that had this not been an issue.
Yeah.
Like, they would have been like, oh shit, she really will call security or call PD on us. I should probably pay attention and shut the fuck up. And that's where, like...
Yeah, and at the same time, the teacher shouldn't, not waste everybody else's time because of this. Mm-hmm. Because, she ending up stopping class and leaving early. I mean, yeah, sometimes, as a student, you love leaving early from class, but at the same time, if you're there to learn and they didn't cover everything in class, you're missing out and your money's being wasted.
Or if you want to go to the roofs and play pool instead of learn about Texas history.
I mean, we live in Texas. Why do we need to learn about Texas history?
Because we live in Texas.
Am I gonna major in Texas history?
It's good to know it.
I mean, we already know it. We live here.
We already know that Tim Duncan defended the Alamo for Whataburger.
I'm not.
And captured Santa Ana.
Captured Santa Ana.
With the SPURS Coyote.
While drinking a Shiner and listening to George Strait play his guitar.
Wait, George Strait was still alive?
He was alive there at the Alamo. So that's how Texas
with David Crockett.
Yeah, and
I don't side with anybody either. This video, I mean, it's not a representation of what happened. Like I said before, it's always going to be a he said, she said, and the truth. We don't really know. this teacher could have been trying to discipline these students all semester,
Right.
and that was her last straw.
Right.
Maybe she was acting up throughout the semester and she saw it, but she never told her anything until now, when, I mean, it's a common courtesy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Respect everybody, and then you be respected.
Exactly.
But then again, I mean, who knows? Maybe she didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden she bursted out, and she just lashed out on her, and not in a biased way or not in a discriminatory way, but maybe she saw her and she was like, you know what, I just can't deal with this anymore. I just need to do something about it.
Right. And there lies the issue.
And all I gotta say is the funny part is that school gave her administrative leave at the end of the semester. There's literally only like 3 weeks left of the semester.
Yeah.
So they let her go on vacation early.
Well,
so
even there's like, there's like 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
And it's like,
so for all of those who wanted her fired and ended up getting her suspended, all I gotta say is
congratulations, you played yourself.
because she gets a full vacation now, and I'd be more than happy to do that too. But yeah, I mean, we'll see where this lies. I know they did all the investigation, so shout out to UTSA for jumping on the ball on that.
yay.
And not taking, 7 years to come up with a case on this. And
Yeah, it's a real PR issue, and they really took care of it from it becoming a major issue. Other than, other events that happen.
Well, how else are you going to handle it when UTSA is such a minority-based school?
And
you know what I mean?
I'm kind of glad, but I kind of hate that we live in this era where that's the first thing that you have to say in your statement.
Yeah, exactly.
Is like, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and take this to discrimination court or equal rights, whatever the hell they call it, to make sure that this wasn't discriminatory. And it's like, why does that have to be the first thing that we're thinking of? Like, why can't it be like, oh, well, let's see if they followed the code of conduct? No. Oh, let's see if this is not discriminatory first. Then we'll worry about if this is a code of conduct violation.
Yeah.
And that's just like, come on, man.
It's society today, man. I mean, cops can't do something because it might be because they're biased or racial towards somebody. And, I mean, it goes for teachers and all that. I mean,
I say we just get rid of participation medals. That's where we start.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers. And
there has to be.
If you're a loser,
there has to be.
Then you know what? Then you just got to be a winner next time.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
Not everybody can be a leader or president.
Yep.
I mean, technically now you can't thanks to Trump, but we all can't be president at the same time.
Right.
Somebody has to learn to lose. And
we need Indians and we need chiefs.
And then you can be an Indian giver.
Oh no, please don't be an Indian giver.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, to finish this off, she did release a statement and she was really cool about it. It just says, my professor apologized to me today for her classroom reaction, and I apologize to her if my behavior appears to be disruptive, unprofessional, or uncivil as a student. She says that she is eager to move forward and put this behind her. So that is really cool of her to think of.
That's pretty adult
of
her.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So kudos to her for all this stuff happening, and she's just like, I really don't care. I'm just ready to move on. Yeah. Forget about this.
At the end of the day, you're just trying to get there, get your degree, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving on to non-UTSA related stuff here. We're going to jump into our next favorite sports team, the Spurs.
So yeah, the Spurs made a comeback win on November the 10th against the Rockets with a score of 89-96. Come on, where's my applause?
I'm working on it.
We played against the Sacramento Kings on the 12th, and we lost with a score of 99-104.
You suck.
They don't suck. You need to get a better boo.
Boo. That's better.
Really?
That'll be the thing now. When they lose, we'll have Kawhi laugh at them because they lost.
The last game they played was yesterday, November the 14th, against the Phoenix Suns, and we lost again with a score of 96-116. Really? Now you're just going to pick random ones? I don't appreciate this.
Fine.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I guess if that's the only thing you got. Spurs are set to play the Los Angeles Clippers today at 9:30. Do you think the Spurs have a chance at winning a championship this year with the way things are going?
Yes. Because it's the Spurs. It's always the Spurs, and you're always going to have that playoff hope. I mean, we have Lonnie Walker coming back within the next 2-3 weeks.
Yes.
So, you know,
Skywalker.
Skywalker will finally make his second professional game.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll give us a big boost because other than DeRozan and Patty Mills, we don't really have a point guard with him and Murray both out.
Right.
So I feel like that's gonna help us out. And breaking news that we didn't put on the script: Carmelo actually got released from the Rockets today. He got released about 2 hours ago. But that brings the question.
Melo.
I was gonna say that brings the question: should we sign Melo if we have the opportunity in the cap?
You know, the Spurs are known as the organization that revamps careers. I mean, we had McGrady on our team at one point, and he joined the team to get a championship. Didn't get it that 1 year, and he didn't sign again. And then the next year we won.
Same with what's his name, West, and then my two favorite examples of players quote out of their prime is Robert Horry and
Robert Horry, big shot, Rob.
Brent Berry as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
They came out of nowhere and they came back and had a little bit more a career out of it, and they got to play. So I mean, I don't see it being a bad thing.
Hey, come on, Melo. We can take your shooting.
Bring Hoodie Melo in.
Take your offense.
And the way that we're going right now, we probably can throw him in the starting lineup anyway because that's what he wants.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no problem here. I like the idea of it. I mean, it's still early. Like I've said, again, it's kind of one of those we take in wins.
It's like a quarter of the season still. I mean, we're still got a lot of games coming.
Yeah, they might be able to convince Tim Duncan to sign back and come out of retirement.
Timmy!
But, yeah.
Yamo!
I mean, I think we're good. We have our moments. We'll come back. Have you seen the new city uniform?
Yeah, it's like camo.
Yes.
But the camo is like more of like the Spurs colors.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that idea because military USA.
I still think that one of these years they have to just give in and do the Fiesta theme though.
Dude, those are my favorite jerseys. I love those colors. I mean, they always give me the retro.
And they can't even use the excuse anymore that people don't like the colors. Because that is like...
Nombre, shut up.
Because I think I looked the other time, that was like the number one selling logo. Like anything like Spurs logo, that was like the number one selling logo.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's how me and you like started talking. Mm-hmm. Was because you had the same Spurs hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Same logo. I mean, that's my favorite logo.
Yeah, and then I mean, they've even like done concepts, and it's like if you look at Miami this year with their Miami Vice jerseys.
Like, are you serious?
Court, like, I don't see how this isn't like something that the Spurs can't do. I know we're still one of those where classic and old thing, but come on, it's 2018. Let's lighten it up. I don't know.
I think we should honestly have like a different jersey for every occasion, man. Like have a Dia de los Muertos jerseys, like for Halloween
or
season.
Even as weird as it would sound and look, is what if they did an actual like rodeo theme, like
that would be cool.
A cow type looking one, like a cow pattern.
Like the cow pattern. Yeah,
kind of paying tribute to when they were the Chaps anyway.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
And then they would wear like to have it like there for the week of Fiesta, like make it the alternative. I mean,
that'd
not Fiesta.
Be really cool.
The rodeo road trip.
Like, so the alternative would be like the white and black and silver, and then the other one would be the black and white and silver.
Yeah, and that would
inside.
And that would just be like the road alternative.
That'd be cool.
Because anyway, they're on the rodeo road trip, so they can wear that the whole rodeo road trip.
Why not? Spurs, come pay us. We'll design this stuff for you.
We'll design your shirts.
I know.
Come on.
We'll get the guy.
I got the connection.
We'll get the person who created the Selena costumes in the movie. Hide ones. We'll get that person to
design. It'll be mariachi looking.
Yeah.
That's another one too. Like you can do a mariachi theme. Like there's so much you can do with San Antonio's culture that I don't want to say it pisses me off, but it kind of does annoy me that we just keep going with the camo uniforms.
But that's what we're mainly known for, the Military City USA.
Military City USA.
My dad came down here from Ohio because of the military.
I'm cool with those being like an alternative instead of like the silver ones. They should be the camo. But when you're talking about the city is more than just military city. I don't mind having it, but let's rotate it up a bit. When you do the throwback, when you do that idea, and then just kind of throw it around.
I mean, think about this Spurs organization. Like, basically you're expanding your market of jerseys, and everybody's going to want to buy them jerseys.
Exactly. You know how much money they're losing by people who design their fake throwback logo ones that people go and spend $50-$60 at the flea market for?
Yeah, and like you go to a flea market, you can find some of them jerseys, or if you go buy it at China, they'll buy it there.
So yeah, I mean, definitely. You have anything to say about Spurs before we move on here?
No. Let's just jump into.
Go Spurs, go.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Nombre,
sticking
shut
with
up.
sports, getting some hockey here.
Yes.
Hockey.
We're talking about the Rampage, aka Los Chimuelos. They'll be making a comeback for 4-game series. The set dates for the game series are November 23rd, December 28th, January 25th, and March 29th.
Good, y'all can
Excuse
take
me.
me for my birthday.
The first game will be held at the AT&T Center on November 23rd at 7:30. The AT&T will also offer limited edition Chimuelo themed collectibles, including a koozie,
There's your gift idea too.
a color-changing cup, a bottle opener, and a travel cooler. Fans can add the collectibles for each game for an additional $5 while supplies last.
And most importantly,
Those nights will also be Bud Light dollar drink nights, and fans can enjoy dollar domestic beers and sodas throughout the game.
Oh wow.
Will you be attending any games?
The one that you're taking me for my birthday, yeah.
Who decided this?
oh, that's fine.
I did.
That's fine. I'll have entitlements by then. So
Wow.
yeah. I mean, it's a great concept, which I'm really glad. 'Cause like I mentioned last time,
I like the way it's designed, man. I
Yeah,
really want that
yeah.
jersey.
Yeah.
like I mentioned last time, it was a shame that I couldn't go. So now I'm glad.
Right.
So for those who weren't keeping track of the dates, it's actually just the last Friday of every month.
Fact.
Just to kind of remember, it's the last Friday of every month. But yeah, I mean, right now they're 0-1 in the jerseys, so hopefully their luck changes the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I think so.
But I mean, that's cool, especially with the different collectibles. So you can get the koozie.
It's great.
Like there, I guess we'd be going for the bottle opener by then for Tom's birthday. So we'd be getting the bottle openers.
What?
Boo.
You suck.
But yeah, I mean, definitely would say we go to that game.
That'd be pretty cool.
Have some fun
would
there.
be.
I love hockey.
Yeah.
Get all the free water you want. I mean, Bud Light, yeah.
It's not free, but it's $1, but still.
Dollar, whatever.
Dollar Bud Lights. But yeah, it's definitely something
Dollar
cool.
Lights.
Water down.
Cool to check out. And of course, remember me.
Yes.
Wah.
So we're gonna move on to a sad topic now.
Excelsior.
Stan Lee's death.
Wrong one.
Really?
Wrong one.
Wow.
The creator
That
would
is
kill
messed
you for
up.
this insolence.
Stan
That's
Lee,
pretty
the
sad.
central player in the creation of Marvel characters, has died this past Monday, November the 12th.
It's so sad.
Just a really, really quick, I guess,
Recap.
story of him. Stan Lee was born on December 28th, 1922 in Manhattan. He began reading Shakespeare at 10, while also taking an interest in magazines and novels. He graduated at 17 from, I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong. Dewitt, right? Dewitt Clinton High School in the Bronx, and aspired to be a writer of serious literature, and that is where the Marvel characters came to life.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so what is your favorite Marvel character? And how do you feel about his death? Please keep this to like 5 minutes, because I know you can go on and on and on and on.
Go G. What's your favorite?
You can now go ahead and skip 30 minutes into this podcast.
We can't explain that much.
So, of course, those who follow me on Facebook and Instagram saw that the Hulk has always been my favorite. It's lately has transitioned over to Captain America and Iron Man. More Iron Man, because he totally can beat Batman with one arm tied behind his back. But yeah, I mean, this really sucked for me, just because of all the stories he wrote. And I mean, technically now that he was in his 90s, it's not really a big loss to the Marvel Universe, because he's not writing new stories or anything. But it's still just a loss just in general, because you know what he made and created. And it's just the fact that, you know, you're watching his vision come to life, and you're seeing it, and like everybody else who's a diehard Marvel fan, his cameos are the one thing you look forward to, whether it's him dropping off mail, or him dropping off mail, or him being a bartender, because I think he normally drops off mail. But just having cameos of him in there is just something to look forward to as a fan. And I know they have a couple of more recorded. I'm not sure how many more movies he's going to still appear in, but because they did that on purpose, because they knew he was getting close, so they shot I think, a good 10 to 12 cameos, so that way they
Yeah.
can have it and just insert it wherever they need to.
Right.
And pretty much you probably can do the same cameo and just change the background with post effects now, and he can always be there. But it's definitely a big loss there as a fan and everything. I was looking at some of the old interviews that he had or whatever. Pretty much he was just like using these characters to try to make them relatable to people.
Yeah.
With the same fact that even as superheroes, he still tried to give them some type of moral code and issue that they had to deal with, whether it's Iron Man having to deal with the fact that he, like, there in the movie series that he's making all these weapons and stuff that turn around and end up hurting the world, and, like, Stark's industry, like, makes some of these villains, and now he has to, like, right his wrongs with that, and now he has to live with the fact of that's going on, which is really one of the big arc points of Civil War.
Yeah.
Of it, is the fact that he's trying to, like, deal with it. That's why when Star-Lord's over there taking his anger out on Thanos before he screws it up for everybody, that's where Tony kind of caught on, because Tony saw how, like, letting the fury of your anger instead of clearly thinking can mess up things.
Yeah.
Which was a cool little aspect that I found out the other day. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a very, very sad loss for the MCU here.
Yes.
And I'll shut up now because all y'all telling me.
Well, I mean, it didn't really faze me. Don't really know who he was, so I was like, okay. R.I.P. Rip.
Yeah, well.
You suck.
I don't care.
At the same time, comic books was a real, it was a real art form, and basically I used to read, like, my uncle's old comic books that he used to collect, and he had, like, big old tubs full of them, and reading throughout those comic books, I mean, these characters really spoke, which is, like, characters sometimes had powers and abilities that reflected their own personality.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that basically got, that really reflected who they were. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, honestly, my favorite Marvel character, I would honestly say, is Thor. The reason why I would say Thor is because even though he's a prince and he's, the son of Asgard, Odin, and he's Odin's son, like, even though he's royalty and he's a god,
yeah,
he's still trying to be more trying to be more down to earth.
Right, yeah, like humble.
Yeah. And he's trying to be better.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was a spoiled brat at one point, but he tried to be better as a god, as a leader, as a son. And so that's why that's my favorite character. And, losing Stan Lee, he is a person that we're going to greatly miss. Mm-hmm. And, we were glad to have him as long as we could. And, I hope he is now, just shining upon everybody. And hopefully somebody's creativity inspires somebody to be like Stan Lee one day.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a quote, but I can't find it here.
Excelsior. That's a quote by Stan Lee, his favorite.
So he had a quote that they had got him a long time ago where he was talking about when he was younger, before he became, like, a popular comic book writer and everything, that he was he always wanted to be a doctor and lawyer, and he was kind of depressed that he never actually kind of became one, because he was like, when I'm gone, I really doubt that anyone's ever going to remember my name for just writing books. And it's kind of funny how now, down the line, like, now everybody
can't shut up about him.
Yeah,
I know.
like everything, and that's what I thought was pretty ironic, because, like, that was, like, I think when he was like 50 or 60, he was like, yeah, when I was in my 20s, I was like, yeah, I wanted to be a doctor because no one's gonna remember me for writing books, and now he's like, has the biggest corporation ever that sold to Disney.
And for a moment, he wasn't going to be able to have that because they kind of, like, wrote him off on some of his stories and stole those.
Yeah.
And so then when he recently got those rights back, that's when all the Marvel movies started coming out, and because he was able to give those stories out and get them out to the public instead of just, comic book ways.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
can't wait.
And all I just hope is that as Disney takes over the MCU, that they just keep his vision alive and don't get stupid with the movies.
Right,
and ruin them. Because,
keep his dream alive.
Exactly, because just like they do with Walt Disney, like, I don't see why they can't do it with him either.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Another thing Stan Lee said was, with great power comes great responsibility. And Disney, that's directed to you. You got the power of Marvel. Now, get
Or
it
else.
done.
So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and take a moment of silence here for Stanley. And
Moment's over.
move on to the next one.
Now
here.
for food. Food.
Food challenge.
I'm
I'm
hungry,
sorry.
guys.
Oh, we said food?
Food.
Nom, 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 nom,
Food.
nom, nom, nom.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Some fries.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rice, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, churches,
So, moving on to Smokey Mo's 5-pound brisket challenge.
Yeah, you didn't read that in the memo, did you?
Smokey Mo's Barbecue here in San Antonio is offering a unique Texas-sized challenge for barbecue fans. The challenge is you must eat 5 pounds of brisket in 45 minutes. If you complete the challenge, the brisket is free. You can call ahead a day in advance to set up the brisket challenge. Each winner of the challenge gets their picture on the wall. Would you be able to eat 5 pounds of brisket in 45 minutes, Dom?
That's not a question. That's more of a coming soon.
Well, gonna have to clear the stomach out for that whole week.
Yeah,
to
you're
answer-
gonna have to like not eat the whole week.
But to
just so you
answer
can be
Dom's
hungry.
question,
Dang, calling you out, Dom, saying you can't finish 5 pounds in 45 minutes.
Well,
that
45
some shit?
minutes sounds a little bit better than the 20 minutes that one
was
10
Yeah,
minutes
10.
for like a 10-pound taco.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
now the good thing with this is that it's just the brisket, so there is no sides that you have to try to chug down on top of that.
Right.
Now you can't ask for like
Will
onions.
they give you barbecue sauce?
Yes, you can ask for
Okay,
barbecue
cool.
sauce, jalapenos.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
fixings.
jalapenos will-
What I would do is
Some
ask
nights.
if I can bring my own tortilla, and I would go get the tortilla from Chacho's and just roll it in there and just try to eat that burrito.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
5-pound
That's
burrito.
just too much already.
But yeah, so you do need to
I can probably eat it as long as I
you
have like
sure?
2 days of prep.
probably about a week to get my
You had
stomach-
time to prep for that taco and you didn't even finish
We
it.
still ate like the night before. Like
I
we were
know.
like drinking a lot and
Oh,
So the
okay.
thing with this is, like she said, you do have to call before, and you only can do it between 2 and 4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, so you have to do it between 2 and 4, and then if you win, you also get a gift basket on top of that that has the 2 bottles of barbecue sauce.
Probably all the
shirt.
stuff that you're gonna need to get that meat out of your system.
I
No,
know.
it's just it's everything they have that's licensed by them.
The shirt.
And then most importantly, because the last thing you want to do after you eat 5 pounds of brisket
Choro.
is a gift card, $100 gift card to the actual Smokey Mo's.
I won't be back.
Wow.
So it is actually worth it. Now the only thing I didn't find out, which is what we need to find out,
It's the pricing.
is how much is it if you don't finish it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because I'm pretty sure they're going to make you pay.
It's expensive, I'm
so
sure.
I'm pretty sure, because the guy said on the
I'm
thing,
taking that brisket home for dinner the next couple of days.
the guy said that it was like $100 worth of brisket that you eat in that 5 pounds. So I don't
So
know.
I hope y'all are pitching in to help me.
So that's what we don't know. So that's what we're going to
Yeah.
find out. But like this page, like our page, or like this post podcast if you want us to do that
Get
challenge.
it, like it. Yeah.
Wait.
Um,
But anyway, for more information, if you want to look at yourself, you can visit SmokeyMo'sBarbecue.com, or if you want to call to set up the challenge, you can call 210-494-9090.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. So now we are switching to the
end of the
best
show.
time of the year,
I got
Thanksgiving.
beans, greens,
Yeah.
potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rice, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, churches,
I'm hungry, guys.
Same.
like
But
I'm starving.
I decided to give y'all 3 questions for you to answer regarding Thanksgiving. So the first one is, what teacher are you most thankful for and why? What did you learn from him or her?
Do they have to be an actual teacher, or
I mean,
are they like somebody who like guides you in life?
I picked Coach Klein because Coach Klein told me that what mama don't know don't hurt.
Is Coach Klein
I
a
would
real
say
person?
teacher. You didn't have any teachers that
Well, no, I'm not
helped
saying
you,
that. I'm
influenced
just
you.
okay. Well, I did have a teacher. Her name was Leslie Salazar. Her name's now Leslie Uresti,
Ooh.
which she is now married to one of the congressmen.
Oh, wow.
Of Texas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I went to a school with her son and Roger Salazar.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, she was married to Mr. Salazar, Orlando. But she was a great teacher. She was really caring and always told us that as long as you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything.
Yeah.
You know, and she would always like do positive reinforcement. You know, and she was really a great teacher. And a lot of students always go back and visit her, even now. So I mean, she's a great teacher.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, babe?
I have 2. Actually, I have 3, but I'm gonna go with 2 because
the question said 1, so
I know 1.
Well, they both. Well, actually, all 3 kind of did, but the 2 made a big difference more just like in my future as I've gone. So the first one is my coach / history teacher, Coach Zwicky. So now he moved up and he's actually the principal now for Pope High School.
That's crazy.
So he came out on TV the other day because they have an open gun policy there now with some of their employees.
I bet he has a couple of them.
Oh yeah, dude, his calves were huge. His calves looked like 3 turkeys in one leg.
I wasn't
like those things were huge. Like he could squat for days.
Okay.
So we're talking about guns, not calves.
You mean,
well, we know where your mind's at. Wink, wink.
You mean those guns? But yeah, he pretty much was like, when I was kind of telling him like I wanted to be a coach originally, that's when he kind of took me under his wing and he was like, okay, well, come be part of my powerlifting assistant. He's like, you can't really squat for crap. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't squat for shit. So he would like come with me. So like I'd go with them at like 6 a.m, take the bus, make sure like pretty much I was equipment manager just so I had a job to do. But like when we weren't there, he's like, okay, well, like, see, we're doing this and that. We're doing it this way. What do you think? Like, he was like making me make decisions for these guys. He was like, so you know you struggled at this, but you think we should do it or not do it? And then it would be up to me, and I'm just like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I think we got him. We trust him. I know he can do it. And I mean, it's pretty cool, just like a learning experience there in general. Right. And then my other one would be Coach Luna. Again, he's actually the reason why I decided to be a math teacher and coach, because I did want to be a coach just because I really loved sports back then, and I was like, oh, I want to be a coach just like every other high school kid that has to like decide right there and then because their parents send them hurry up and pick. So I did that, and when I was talking to him, because you know everybody's a history teacher, and he's like, well, why don't you be a math teacher? He's like, they need a requirement for math, so they're always gonna hire you, and then they'll give you some bullshit coaching assignment, even if it's just like watch the cross country team run because, and you get the bonus of being a coach. He's like, but he only had like 3 actual classes. He had like remedial math, and then he had like an basic algebra class, a freshman class. And then the first 2 classes were, the first and the end of the class was PE. He covered both lunches, so and then he had a conference period, so he only had 3 classes the whole day. Wow. And he's like, well, that's what happens when you're a math teacher, because they want you, they're just gonna do whatever you say. So like because of that kind of motivated me to go towards the math degree in the first place. And then of course down the line I realized that that's not for me, and that Cal 2 sucks. But if it wasn't for both of those guys kind of just taking me under their wing, I wouldn't have my freshman, sophomore year of where I was choosing there. So they kind of helped guide where I was originally planning to go. But of course with life and new adventures, my life switched a little bit different, and now we're here.
Life.
I'm thankful for both of them.
Life, a cool mistress.
I'm thankful for both of them to kind of steer me in a general direction. It may not be the right one at the time looking back at it, but it was still at least a direction, and I had some kind of idea where I was going after high school. So I really am thankful for both of them. What about you, babe?
I know it's gonna suck.
No, go ahead.
Mine was actually my HR professor here at UTSA.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
local.
So that last year I had all my HR courses, and we actually had like a small group of students, and we had classes with him because he taught more than one human resources class, and he was the reason why I ended up getting a passion for wanting to do training and development.
Wow.
And so he just really helped me along the way with my HR courses, and he was just so passionate about it, and I really liked that because it rolled off on me, and that's how I started becoming passionate about human resources and training and development and just helping people succeed in the workplace. And he just, I don't know, he was a really big influence on me. Even now, So
that's good. That's great when somebody's very influential and, you know, making you want to strive to be better and be like them.
Every day.
So what's question number 2?
Question number 2 is, what from this year do you feel most grateful for?
Dom go first.
Dom, you go first.
Dom always goes first.
You go first. You go first.
Well,
We just put him on the spot.
there was, well, with everything that's a lot of negativity that's happened this past year.
For sure.
The only thing I can really be grateful for is my health and my family that is still here on this earth with us. Other than that, you know, just being alive, being able to be living, and being able to take opportunities to enjoy the rest of our lives, or whatever is left, you know, live to the fullest.
For sure. What about you, bae?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, you must have a lot to be grateful for.
No, I mean, I would say this year's been a nice balance across. Not that it's a good thing that it's balanced, but yeah, I mean, of course, getting married is the worst one of it all.
To your best friend, nonetheless.
Yeah, so I did get married. We got married in August to my best friend here.
No, you got married.
Yeah, you got married to yourself.
Hey, you said I do, right?
You kissed your hand, I saw it.
I can't say I do to myself, but yeah, I mean, we got that. I mean, I'm just grateful for this page taking off as well. We had our first official event with Bean Bash. I mean, it could have gone a little bit better personally. But for the first time and not knowing anything and doing it all just with you guys, was great. It was really, really good. Yeah. It was a good turnout. Could have been better, but it wasn't bad. And, you know, just everything in general. I mean, we've been good, and we're striving, and we're working, and we're networking. And hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be at 1,000 likes.
Yay! Almost.
Come on, come like me.
So, if you haven't followed us yet, definitely go out there and help us get to 1,000 likes. You know, we're building our team.
Like it hard.
We're building our team slowly, trying to find some reliable people to help us get this growing. And I'm really thankful for everybody that's pitching in, even if it's for a little bit or just showing up to be a body there.
Shout out to my cousin DJ.
Yay!
Shout out to DJ.
Showing his face, even though work keeps taking him away from us.
Damn you, Wingstop.
I love your wings, but damn you.
No, and shout out to David who showed up in the last video that we have here.
Yay! Finally.
So hopefully
he was the voice that we didn't know existed.
Exactly.
Yesterday.
So hopefully he gets in there, and a moment to everyone else who's come in and out, but have contributed at some point this year.
Especially our realtor, Nick.
Really?
Well, the 21 gun salute's not an option on here.
Wow.
Okay? But yeah, I mean, Efren, Louis, Felicia,
all
Nick.
the whole cast, like in Saturday Night Live, they all come out behind us.
Yeah.
Start waving.
Everybody behind the scenes that you guys don't know about who help us out,
like Zoe and all the dogs.
Like my dad who helped us get the whole hat connection.
Senior and Otto.
Yeah, Blake and Ashley were helping us out with the shirts, and you know, the great people like Caesar over at Sangria on the Berg. People like Jesse over at Luchador Bar, just everybody in general.
The great people of San Antonio.
Of course, our unofficial official member, Spurs Homie. About Spurs Homie.
Wherever you are, homie.
Spurs Homie, who's always been a big help to us. And we always pitch crazy ideas with each other.
And Chef Arturo.
Yes, Chef Arturo. His brother.
His brother.
Yeah, it is his brother. Yeah, both of them, I'm back and forth with them running ideas. And Donna's just like, great, what crazy idea do y'all have this time? I know. So shout out to him for helping me in times I feel like going crazy. And then all the great, cool local celebrities we've met this year too.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, John Redcorn.
That was pretty cool.
Rick. I kept slipping my mind. Sorry, Rick.
Rick Gutierrez.
Rick Gutierrez out there. Carlton Zeus, my homie. Yes. We're homies forever. Hopefully we'll have him on the show. Hopefully next year. If we don't have him at the end of the year, we'll have him next year. And then, of course, meeting up and at the protests.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. And then, of course, I'm forgetting our also great fans, Bowie. Shout out to Bowie.
We love Bowie.
AKA ZombieBloodfights.com. Yes. Get his books. Check them out.
Very good.
Very good books, and of
Definitely
course,
a good read.
Mm-hmm.
and of course, our other podcast, Brotherins, One Sweet Podcast,
Brethren.
Yay!
with their wrestling podcast. If you're a big wrestling fan,
Yes.
or as we called it on our last Instagram live video, One Sweet Culture, because we just merged together.
Sweet culture.
We ended up merging
Yes.
together, but
Woo!
yeah. What are you grateful for, Bill?
Get her done.
I mean, it's been a good year for me. Anyways, I finally got to change jobs. I'm at a job where I like it. I love what I do. It's great.
Yes.
I know. And yeah, just grateful for getting married to my best friend.
What about the little niño?
Oh no, I don't know about all that.
No, I'm talking about your little nephew.
Yes, my nephew, my niece that
That's what I'm
was born
saying.
in September.
This niece or that niece?
Both these.
Yeah, both niece. But anyways, moving to the last question. What act of kindness has made the greatest difference in your life?
I'll go ahead and just take this one so Dom can think for once. Yeah, I'm going to have to say that Spurs homie is, at least for me this year. Not anything against you guys, but y'all guys have been around more than this year, so y'all don't count.
Oh, great.
no,
I know.
just-
We're pieces of trash,
No,
Tom.
just I mean,
I heard that.
I mean, the act of his kindness, because, like, I just said...
Technically, he's a local celebrity, so I mean.
Well, I
He is
mean,
a local celebrity.
when we first
Yeah.
met, I mean, I just sent him out a feeler because I was trying to get him to be a judge for Bean Bash. And then he just, like, responded back. And, like, right off the bat, we hadn't even talked yet. And he's like, oh, I got these ideas. Sounds awesome. Let me call you. And we literally had a good hour talk the first time we ever met.
It's true. He
True.
did. Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, let's meet up and go eat lunch or dinner. So we met him, like, 3 days later. And we had another great conversation. And ever since then, it's just been one of those... He's kind of been helping me, especially on days that I wasn't feeling too good about Bean Bash. I'd give him a call and just be like, hey, like, this is going on. I'm just stressing out. Like, what do you think? And it'd be just like, oh, well, you're fine. Don't worry about it. So, like, it was a big help for me. Like I said, you guys were a big help, too. Not saying that you guys didn't help me. But as, like, a difference that an act this year, I would say, would be him. Just because he really is the nicest guy in the world. He's constantly busy, but if you call him, he'll try to contact you.
Yeah.
Even if he's busy, he'll be like, oh, yeah, what do you need real quick? And then, okay, I gotta go. But he always picks up the phone. I never have to, like, send him a message and wait 6 years to get a response back. And he's always just helping out in the community in general.
True.
With
He's
all these
always
different, yeah, whether it's anti-bullying or working at Psycho Asylum or working at the missions game or working at whatever random theme park thing you can think of. He's probably there.
He's everywhere.
He was everywhere.
So, yeah, so once again, like I said, that would be my act of kindness that made a difference to me in my life because he didn't have to be so nice to us
Right.
when we're a bunch of nobodies. He could have just, like, blew us off.
True.
And Dom?
Yeah, I would say act of kindness this past year that really made a difference is probably my TL from work, Daisy Rodriguez. She's been very helpful to me since my situation with my father passing in May. So I mean, she's really like helped me out, like trying to resolve this. Well, it's not really sadness, but it's more of like just dealing with the situation and having to go to work every day. And, you know, like she hasn't given up on me or told me to just get over it.
Yeah.
She's like very understanding and, you know, and it helps me become a better employee and helps me just go to work and be there and do my best for myself and the team and the company I work for. So that her act of kindness really did help my year not be a sucky year. You know.
Are you, Bo?
I
have a question. Why are we going first? You wrote these questions. You should have been the one going first. I didn't think about this.
It's all right.
Because I didn't think of anything. I was
People
like,
like to
I'm just
hear
gonna
our
wing
voices
it.
anyways, so it's all good.
This person always does random acts of, not random, but acts of kindness. I think I don't feel like because she has to, but because she loves me. Is my mama.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's great.
My mama has always been there for me.
Always.
Through thick and thin.
bitch. Yeah, I've always seen your mom be around you ever since this group started.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she's a great mom.
She is.
Shout out to the great moms out there.
She's the best.
All the moms out there who'd be cooking all Thanksgiving Day. Like,
Slaving away.
For real, my mom didn't be cooking.
So the last thing is, what are y'all's plans? Well, we have the same plans, so it doesn't matter. But Tom, what are your plans?
Well, it sucks because we used to have a big old Thanksgiving tradition of going to a hall for at a church, and the whole Montoya family, which is my mom's side, would all show up with their own dish. And, you know, there'd be at least 2 turkeys and, you know, other dishes, sides, and all that, and we all get together. But fortunately, that same hall is, you know, the amount that they were requesting for the family was a little bit too much. So now it's all individuals, and everybody wants to meet up, and, you know, that's a lot of food for one day. You know, you go one family, other family, and that's pretty much what I'm probably going to be doing. I'm going to be
bouncing off houses all
I'm
day.
going to be looking like a large ass grape.
so if everybody's bringing dishes, does anybody actually bring sides?
Dang.
Got you.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
Sadly, yes.
But,
I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna do the same thing. This is actually the first year in about 4 years that me and my sister and my family all can get together and be off on the same time. Because normally I would work Black Friday, so it was like in and out, or my sister would be working during the day.
When you were at Best Buy?
Best Buy, and last year at Chase 2 I worked.
You were working that day too?
So it was one of those, like, I would come in and see with them, and then I'd leave, and then Annalisa would be there.
Oh, so y'all weren't there at the same time?
Yeah, we hadn't been there at the same time in about 4 years. So this is the first year, and it's the first year with us.
Y'all can eat without Anna. She eats anyways.
Yeah, but my mom's all excited because this is the first year with.
She's the favorite anyways.
This is the first year in a while that everybody's back together, and then
got the band back together.
Yeah, and then now that she has her new daughter in the family officially.
Yeah,
and it's not just the girlfriend or fiance.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Oh,
I'm so happy.
God.
Yeah, so my mom, like, as soon as we told her, like, last month, she, like, was, like, making plans and everything. So my dad was like, yeah, I know. Your mom already said we were having something.
So your mom actually has a daughter that actually wants to spend time with?
Damn.
Shots fired.
No shit.
Lisa, if you're hearing, you know where to find me. Don't send Gilbert. I can hear him a mile away.
But yeah, so, you know, everybody here at 210 Culture, we just like to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving with your family. And whatever traditions you do, keep them going as long as you can, because as short as time is all of us know, those traditions tend to go away. So just
cherish these moments,
cherish them, and enjoy them, because you never know who might not be there the following year.
Yes, sir.
Especially, I mean, with my grandma too. You know, this may be one of her last ones. So it's definitely good to cherish everything and try to do what you can with your family, because you don't know who might be sitting there up in the sky next year. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and pay some bills here. You know, the check's kind of cleared.
Pay the bills.
But nothing's cleared other than Nick's check, because he pays in food stamps. So, of course, if you're looking for a relocation in an apartment in San Antonio, call up my boy Nick.
Already did.
He'll
Texas
take care of you.
relocation expert.
Yes, it's a free service for you, and if you move within, 10-mile radius, I think he will actually pay for your movers as well. So they will go ahead and move your stuff for you. And then if you refer a friend after you go through him, he will give you a gift card as well. There's more details on our website, 210culture.com. Just click on his little card that we have on the homepage there. So local events nearby, in case you don't want to spend time with your family this weekend. Saturday the 17th, the Block SA is going to have the mac and cheese throwdown.
Woohoo!
I like mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese throwdown. It's going to be between 1 and 6 p.m. on Saturday. The tickets are going to start at $15 for general admission and $20 if you want it with 2 mimosas.
Of course.
Included.
Always.
So that'll be fun. I probably will go check that out just to see if I can find parking, because the Block's parking is terrible.
Terrible.
It's worse than downtown. I'd rather park downtown than park for the Block.
Can you even parallel park? Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't.
No, he can't.
No, I cannot. The next thing on the list here for Saturday, we have the Light the Way Festival. Light the Way is going to be this Saturday at UIW.
Yeah, that's like all month all 2 months of it.
Yeah, but isn't it just like the whole like celebration and everything there, and then after
where
that
they give you the hot chocolate.
Oh yeah, the beginning of it,
everything.
yeah, and then after that they don't even do that no more.
Yeah,
they don't do nothing.
So sad.
So you got that going on there. Of course, I think Friday is the start of it, but I just included it for Saturday because I already was making my Saturday list. The zoo lights at the zoo presented by Whataburger start. So at nighttime,
have a big Whataburger.
Yes, they're gonna have the.
So let's go get Whataburger and go to the zoo now.
They're gonna put the elephants in the nice Whataburger sweater.
Ooh, they're gonna be warm.
Which we'll cover that in next week's episode.
Yeah.
The new Whataburger sweater.
Stay tuned.
So you have that going on, and then you have if you missed Alamo City Comic Con, you can go to the next best thing, Traders Village Comic Con.
Yay!
You can see Cholo Mike there and the guys.
You're actually making fun of Cholo Mike, but actually they're gonna have Jesse Borrega, aka Cruz from Blood In Blood Out. He's gonna be out there.
Man.
Instead of Iron Man, you can do like Wobble Man or something.
So he's gonna be out there, and there's gonna be one of the DC writer comic book illustrators. He's gonna be out there too. They're gonna have some cosplays, of course, different people out there, and some different art and stuff. So something cool to check out. It's $4 for parking, and I think that's all it is to go in because it's free to walk around the flea market. So definitely something to check out Saturday if you don't got nothing going on. And Sunday, 2 real important events. Like I said, everything else looks like it should be going on as well. And scratch that because I totally forgot. You have the auto show going on this weekend as well.
Yes, the auto
started
show.
Today. It's today through Sunday at the
see how much I can get for my car out
Henry
there.
B. Convention Center. So go out there. You want to check out some new cars. Check it out. I'm going to try
new, old, future.
I kind of want to go check it out myself, so we might go sneak by, maybe shoot some stuff. I don't know yet. And then, I skipped one. For all you Tejano fans, there's also the 38th annual Tejano Music Awards and Dance. It starts at 7 p.m. It's at the San Antonio Event Center over on the west side. Tickets are still available. Just go on Facebook.com and search the Tejano Music Awards because I didn't write down the address.
Well, we can find that information out for you if you like.
Yeah, or follow our page. It's somewhere on there. We'll probably repost it again.
I'm sure it is.
And then, of course, Sunday, you have the Battle of the Alamo, the 3rd annual, or the 15th anniversary, actually. My bad. It's pretty much a hip-hop show, so if you're a big hip-hop head, and I'm not talking about Lil Pump or Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm talking... I'm talking more like Slick Rick, B-Boy style, Beastie Boys, head-to-head, beatboxing, breakdancing,
Brass Monkey,
the Funky Monkey.
Exactly. So those that type, the actual essence of hip hop, they have that going on. It's at the Avena Guadalupe Plaza between 2 and 11 p.m. on Sunday. So that's something cool to do to just kind of wind down your weekend. And then, of course, for all the wrestling fans, Survivor Series from WWE. Survivor Series is going on this weekend. And El Luchador Bar has you covered. They're going to do their first watch party for it.
Woo!
So go out there, support the whole gang out there, Jesse and everybody out there. They're going to have good drink specials. You got to watch it on a big old projector screen. And they got different TVs there. And, of course, they're going to have some good food outside that you can purchase as well. So definitely worth checking out if you're looking for somewhere to watch wrestling as with the rest of your fellow wrestling fans and your family doesn't want to talk to you because you still wear your stretchy pants with your wrestling belt.
Sometimes you wear stretchy pants just for fun.
This is where you can go and be normal for once. So with that being said, once again, thank you everybody for listening to this week's podcast.
Yes,
and
sir.
I gotta
my
play.
Best friend.
You're welcome.
I gotta play it one more time just because we're not gonna be able to play this again next week. So
Here we are.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe.
You like turkey?
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
So
Ooh.
with that being said, thank you and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at 210 Culture.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And like always, this is G.
Dom.
And Donna.
And remember, 210 Culture.
Bringing the best of 210 Nation.
Get it.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, lamb.
I'ma go eat now.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken,
Chicken. Turkey.
beans, greens,
Potatoes. Tomatoes.
lamb, lamb.